Okay, Mr. Sanchez, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Okay, Your Honor. I want to sue her for child support because, my kids are always with me and she's always at work. She's always working for the hospital. We said back then that we could do this together as one. I wouldn't so much as far as swapping complete schedules. I started doing overnight shift now, just so I can be there for my kids and everything. And she was supposed to be working for mornings, which she was, but she volunteered for more hours. And
it starts with a father's desperate voice echoing in the courtroom. He sacrifices sleep, trades comfort for long night shifts, and bends his entire routine just to remain present in his children's lives. Meanwhile, their mother is absent, her presence felt only in the void she's left behind. As he faces the judge, his words tremble with both exhaustion and determination. Is he truly the only parent standing in the gap for these kids? What comes to light next changes everything.
I don't know where she is. She doesn't call us. She doesn't call our kids. My kids are always wondering where she's at. And, I myself, sure, she can do what she wants as long as she lets me know where she is for her own safety. But my kids always wonder where she's at. They're always for days at a time. She's never home. And we broke it off several weeks ago. And only with my income alone, I can't really just do it with just me and my kids, especially that one has autism. I've always got to take her to the doctor and whatnot, and for these past 3 weeks, I have not seen or heard from her, even as so much as trying to help out with the kids or anything.
For 3 long weeks, there have been no phone calls, no visits, just silence. A father shoulders the weight alone, raising 2 children, one of whom is autistic. In court, his voice carries the weight of sleepless nights and quiet battles fought without support. The question lingers in the air. Where's their mother, and why hasn't she reached out? The stillness in the room speaks louder than any testimony. Then, just as the silence settles in, a revelation emerges that leaves everyone stunned.
So I can't get it. I'm surprised she's even here at court today.
Okay, when you say kids, how many?
I have 2.
2, all right.
You mean we, not you?
No, I have 2.
Ma'am, I'm addressing him. So he answered appropriately, and you'll have your opportunity to speak, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so you said you changed your job to now you work overnight?
Yes.
What is it that you do?
I drive an 18-wheeler. I drive locally. I deliver hospital supplies.
Okay, so I'm assuming that's how you all met?
Beforehand, but we had the same interest in the medical field.
Okay, all right.
He drives an 18-wheeler overnight, delivering medical supplies, all while playing both mom and dad. The courtroom digs into their past, but even more shocking is how their love for the medical field turned into a war zone over parenting. Just wait until the judge starts asking the hard questions.
And how long has it been since you all stopped living together?
It's been, I want to say, a month and a week already.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
She just, for as long as I can remember, about 2 years now, she's just never been wanting to come home really. And honestly, I've caught her having some painkillers that I would only assume she's taken from the hospital she works at. She's either on painkillers, or sometimes I'll find needles around and whatnot. So I know she works at a hospital, so she's got to get the drugs from there.
After a month of distance, the truth finally cracks open. Whispers of addiction surface. Painkillers, needles. Each word painting a darker picture. What begins as a father's plea for his children's safety shifts into raw desperation. Could the mother be concealing far more than just her absence? One glance at the judge's face reveals the weight of what's unfolding. And then, the next revelation turns the entire case upside down.
Is there anything else you want me to know?
I just hate that it's really around the kids. The kids find it before I do most of the time.
Oh my.
Yes.
Ma'am?
I mean, I'm not sure where he's getting this intel from, but that's
Obviously
not
the
true.
kids.
I mean,
are you saying your kids are liars?
I mean, they could be. I mean, I'm not sure.
You're not sure because you're not around that much?
I am around. I just have to work all the time. I mean, it's not my fault that, saving lives isn't important to him.
No, I believe it is important to him. I don't think that's what he's saying.
When it's the children who stumble upon the drugs, the courtroom falls silent, then erupts in shock. But instead of owning up, the mother dismisses, questions her own kids, and shields herself with excuses. The judge leans in, cutting through the deflectee when it's the children who stumble upon the drugs. The courtroom falls silent, then erupts in shock. But instead of owning up, the mother dismisses, questions her own kids, and shields herself with excuses. The judge leans in, cutting through the deflection, demanding to know where her priorities truly lie. And then, her response, unbelievable, unforgettable, leaves the entire room reeling. When it's the children who stumble upon the drugs, the courtroom falls silent, then erupts in shock. But instead of owning up, the mother dismisses, questions her own kids, and shields herself with excuses. The judge leans in, cutting through the deflection, demanding to know where her priorities truly lie. And then, her response, unbelievable, unforgettable, leaves the entire room reeling. Demanding to know where her priorities truly lie. And then, her response, unbelievable, unforgettable, leaves the entire room reeling.
Saying that you're not contributing anything.
I mean, I am though. Like, I feed them or sometimes, and
You feed them? You'd agree with me that that's your responsibility, right?
She brings them fast food and leaves again.
Okay, but it's food though.
But you don't sit there and spend quality time with your kids. You say, here's food, and leave.
I mean, the tablet works just fine. They can just eat and watch the tablet. Like, why is that a problem?
Because
So you want to raise a child off of a tablet? You think that's
I mean,
okay?
they have educational stuff. I don't see what's wrong with it. Like, I need to go to sleep at some point in time.
Interesting.
Parenting, in her eyes, boils down to fast food and a tablet, meals and distractions. Then she vanishes. The judge cuts through the excuses, unimpressed by her so-called solution. While she argues for screen time, it's clear she's blind to what really matters. Meanwhile, the father, the one stepping in where she refuses, finally prepares to make his voice heard.
me personally, myself, I sit there with my kids and I open a book with them and I help them with their homework. I feed them. I'm not much of a good cook, but I do what I can to put food on the table and spend time with them. It doesn't matter if I lose sleep over it. I mean, that's why I went to overnight, because I want to spend time with my kids. I went to
Changed
overnight.
his shift to
As he
spend more time
should. He's
with
a
the
dad.
kids. As you should. You're a mom. The audacity.
I mean, but I have a more important job.
I mean, how many times are you going to say that? I mean, you have the audacity to say that he's a dad and he should do these things, but you're the mom and not doing these.
Through sleepless nights, bedtime stories, and endless homework help, he carries the weight of two parents in one. The judge listens closely, his voice filled with quiet determination. Then comes the mother's stunning admission. Of course he should do it, he's the dad. But where does that leave her responsibility? The courtroom shifts as the judge prepares to turn the tables in a way no one expects.
He changed his shift, why can't you?
Because it's inconvenient to me.
I've actually heard a couple times to where she says, I gave birth to him, it's your job to take care of him.
You believe that?
Yes.
Interesting. Wow. No, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. You are going to financially support these children, and I'm going to make sure of it today. And you may want to look into trying to do a shift change yourself so you can spend some time with the kids. I mean, obviously, I can't court order you or force you to spend time with them, but you should want to spend time with the kids. And I mean, considering that one of them has autism.
Her reasoning? She gave birth, so he should raise them. The words hang heavy, leaving the courtroom in disbelief. The judge leans forward, eyes locked, ready to remind her, and everyone listening, that parenting is not a choice you can walk away from. What comes next isn't just a ruling. It's a wake-up call to every parent who thinks absence is an option.
You should want to spend more time with your kids.
I mean, I get it, but it's too much work having a kid with autism. That's why I just leave it to him, because he's better suited for that.
Right, yeah, no. I'm not about to do this game with you. Since you left a month and a week ago, have you given him any money for the children? I don't need an explanation either. It's a yes or no.
No.
Okay, thank you. All right.
She's actually asked for money instead of giving.
And then you have the nerve to ask for money and the kids are with him?
I mean, he has an obligation to give me support.
I deserve support. Autism is just too much work, she claims. And with those words, she turns her back on her own child. No effort, no help, not even a single dollar offered. Yet somehow, she demands money from the father. The courtroom bristles with outrage, tension ready to snap. But the judge? She's only beginning to lay down the truth. I deserve support. Autism is just too much work, she claims. And with those words, she turns her back on her own child. No effort, no help, not even a single dollar offered. Yet somehow, she demands money from the father. The courtroom bristles with outrage, tension ready to snap. But the judge? She's only beginning to lay down the truth.
You know what? I'm not about to play with you. You came here to waste my time because you have the same obligation to your kids. He should not be paying you anything if the kids are with him majority of the time. If they're living with him, if he is the primary parent, he is tasked with the daily duties of caring for these kids. He shouldn't pay you anything, ma'am. And it is ridiculous that you believe that he should. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. This is what we're going to do. How much money you make a year?
$60,000.
Okay, $60,000. All right.
She shows up demanding child support, yet hasn't done a single thing for the kids. The judge doesn't hesitate. If the father's carrying the full load, he won't be paying her a cent. The truth lands like a gavel strike. But the conversation isn't over, because now it's her turn to face the money talk. And what's coming will be the last thing she wants to hear. She shows up demanding child support, yet hasn't done a single thing for the kids. The judge doesn't hesitate. If the father's carrying the full load, he won't be paying her a cent. The truth lands like a gavel strike. But the conversation isn't over, because now it's her turn to face the money talk. And what's coming will be the last thing she wants to hear.
Insurance.
That's about I just have the individual. He has a family one under his plan, so I just pay $80 every 2 weeks.
Okay, health insurance. Is it private health insurance? Is the children under Medicaid? What are we doing?
Medicaid.
Medicaid?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to have to pay that back to Medicaid, just FYI, unless you want to put them on private health insurance, which I don't see why you would have a problem with it. You're a nurse. You have access to private health insurance, right?
Yes.
So why did you just get an individual plan when you have a family? That was a question.
Because it's his job to take care of them, and I shouldn't have to spend
You know what?
money.
Don't say that again about what his responsibilities are and what his job is, because you're a mom.
Health insurance, just another responsibility she's sidestepped. A nurse with full access to benefits, yet she opts for an individual plan instead.
Why?
Her excuse: that's his job. But the judge isn't buying it. Patience runs out, and suddenly this case turns brutally real, fast. Health insurance, just another responsibility she's sidestepped. A nurse with full access to benefits, yet she opts for an individual plan instead.
Why?
Her excuse: that's his job. But the judge isn't buying it. Patience runs out, and suddenly this case turns brutally real, fast.
Period.
I mean, but I didn't sign up for it.
Countless times I've told her, yes, it is my job to take care of our children.
And you're
as a
doing
dad.
that.
And I'm doing well beyond.
She's not disputing that you're doing that.
Yes. And I feel
But
like
you're not doing your part.
I feel like I'm always not doing enough for my kids.
I mean, but
and
you
only
also
because I don't
forced
have
me
my
to have
other
the
half.
kids. Like, I don't know why you're doing that.
Because
You don't want to have your kids?
I mean, like, when I was pregnant, I told him I didn't want him because I wanted to go party. And, like, he was just like, no, we got this. And, like, how is it my fault? He wanted them. I didn't want them.
Her confession cuts through the courtroom. She never wanted the children. Even during pregnancy, her focus was parties, not parenthood. He, on the other hand, chose responsibility over freedom, standing by his kids from the start. The sting deepens as she shifts the blame, accusing him of being the only one who wanted them in the first place. But the judge isn't finished, and what comes next will hit even harder.
So,
But you kept them.
no, we've talked about having kids and we've wanted kids.
I know, but,
once
like,
she
when
got
we were
pregnant,
older,
once she got
not right
pregnant and
now.
she knew she couldn't do what she needed anymore, or really what she wanted anymore, then it was just, oh, this baby's really an inconvenience to our lives.
I mean, but you know
This
what, I
child
like to
support
party.
payment is about to be an inconvenience to you as well, because you're going to pay child support. Whether you wanted them or not is beside the point. You had them, they are here, they are your responsibility just as much as they are his responsibilities.
They planned for children until the day they were born. Then, she dismissed them as nothing but an inconvenience. The judge doesn't let it slide. Her ruling is swift. If that's how motherhood feels, then the next payment will be just as inconvenient. Child support isn't a choice, and reality just slammed into her finances.
$60,000 a year. I have your gross set at $5,000. Your net is $4,101.87. Medicaid reimbursement based on 9% of your gross is $450. Do you think you can get health insurance through your employer that's cheaper than that for the children?
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
You don't want to look into it?
Not really.
We work for the same company. Yes, she does.
Oh, okay. So this is what we'll do. You just go ahead and pay that, and you can roll your eyes all you want to. I can roll my eyes too.
She earns $160,000 a year, yet refuses to cover her own children's care. The judge isn't having it. Medicaid will be reimbursed, no matter how many eyes roll in protest. The ruling stands firm. And when the father finally speaks, the entire courtroom leans in.
We're just going to have you reimburse Medicaid that full $450. So that brings your monthly child support obligation for 2 children to $1,025, plus the $450 reimbursement to Medicaid for $1,475. Now, it looks like Dad also requested for you to pay back pay for that month in a week that you left and haven't given the children anything. I'm going to grant his request. So you have arrearages in the amount of $1,475. That's to be paid at $25 a month.
The judge delivers the final figure, $1,475 a month, plus back pay. For more than a month, she gave nothing, and now every missed day carries a price. As the ruling lands, the weight of accountability fills the courtroom. But even with the numbers clear, she clings to one belief. She still calls it unfair.
So your monthly child support obligation, including the back pay, is $1,500. You have any questions about anything I just said?
I mean, I just feel like it should be less. What am I going to be left with to party with? Like, what am I going to do?
I don't know, maybe pick up some extra shifts or work a part-time job.
Or take care of your kids.
Don't, you know, if she doesn't want to take care of her kids, I really don't care at this point. I just want to make sure he gets some financial assistance.
I mean, but he makes enough money.
And I mean, you make enough money too. So again, do you have any questions about anything I just said?
No.
Okay. You have any questions, sir?
No.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.